do just a quick tutorial of how you can build the outfit. So Kaelyn is practicing this. What's really challenging is, of course, we don't get to change the size of like the buttons or selections, but this is something that with a little bit of help, it still is easier for her to do it on this app than it is her AAC device. So what we're going to do is on the outfit page, we did a week's worth of outfits. She actually got bored after the 4 days. So normally we at least plan the school week on Sundays or Saturdays, whichever, depending on activities, right? But this is what's really nice is outfits. We're going to click on the plus sign to create. It essentially gives us a blank slate for now, although I do love the option of connecting with a stylist or a friend, right? So you can file or follow rather other users on this platform. So style myself. I feel like this has the benefits of like Instagram and Pinterest all built into a more cohesive app. So we are going to add items. And this is where the digitization of her wardrobe comes up. And by default, which this is not my favorite, but by default, it's going to load the most recently added items. So it's by date. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick out our top. And Kaelyn knows how to kind of flick and scroll, right? So I can choose a t-shirt. Oh, this one she wore last week. I think she wore that one last week too. So again, scrolling. I'll pick out an outfit for her. We're going to add that. We're going to add some more items. We're going to go on bottoms. And those are kind of funky. Those are pretty cool. That bright yellow kind of looks good with pants. The other thing as well is you don't have to add one item at a time, although I think it's kind of intuitive to do that. We can now pick out shoes. And now we can add it to the outfit. Of course, you can move these things around if you want. I like them, you know, it's not so perfectly placed, but we can also add, we've added in some accessories as well. So this is where we're going to start adding in, I've got to crop that picture, but add in some options. Very, very cool. We've got to add more of her sunglasses in. We've got a jewelry category, which is kind of cool. And we haven't added any of these accessories, but we definitely are kind of catching up on. We can add, it's a little chilly this week, so we might need to add that's pretty cool. If we actually like the entire outfit of the model, again, we can get rid of stuff, but this kind of gives me an idea of colors, patterns that Kaelyn wants to put together. And now we've got, not only do we have repeatable outfits if she really likes it, but this also gives me an idea of things that we can set out for Kaelyn. And then our morning routine goes by that much faster. So that's how you create an outfit once again you have your items loaded. Ta-da! And Kaelyn does. Kaelyn's got a few tops like that, actually. But what's really nice is we can give Kaelyn options that are in my closet as well because my shirts fit her, which is nice. And she picked those, and we technically have pink Converse, so I can actually paint that pattern on her shoes. We don't just buy Kaelyn anything she wants. I know it might look that way online, but someone called her spoiled. So lots of cute things, lots, of course, plenty to add. A lot of her clothes are still in storage. So that's what's really nice is that we can just keep building on this. And perfectly timed because Kaelyn should be done growing. So we don't necessarily have to worry about a ton of her clothing that she's outgrowing, unless she gains some weight. And we're trying to get a little bit of pounds on her, some lbs, but mostly because we want her to have a bigger rump. So that's what it looks like, and it's free. It's free. And so a lot of the stylists, well, one of the Coachella girls let us know about this app. She was like, oh yeah, I love it. If your daughter's into it, like, I use this app and I style a bunch of people, and we can find her on this app. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to connect with some of these people. And I feel like maybe this is the best part of Instagram, minus the music. That's all that we're missing. But we can play music while we're doing this. So that's the other thing that I really like as well, is we can spend a little less time. I don't get to control the feed, right, in the Instagram world. So there's obviously a lot of things that aren't ideal. So we get to live here, but when we get ready, this closet, ideally I would love for it to launch that app. So that's what we're going to work on. But I am going to reorganize this so that it matches the feature of the website as well. But we've already started, right? We've already started each kind of area so that Kaelyn picking out our outfits once a week works really, really well for us as far as our schedule, and again, avoiding some of those more challenging mornings where indecisiveness turns to frustration, turns to she wants to do it all herself. And that's usually when she tends to work up and she kind of gets frustrated with her own body and things like that. So this is our sweet spot where we're marrying the function of her AAC to a more robust digital closet. What are you wearing today? And how cool is this that Kaelyn can add her selfies, and I love that. I love that. So we'll add the little picture that we took of her today with this little outfit, and yeah, I love it. We're actually going to crop the shirt that she's wearing because it's my old shirt, and there's also a weather feature built into the apps, which I think is brilliant because that matters. But look at that. I'm so excited for her. And I will say, it does make me want to wear a little bit more color in my wardrobe. I feel like Kaelyn's going to end up styling me, and yeah, I love that. So, ta-da!